Good day from WA. Hi, this is Julie. Welcome to my channel. And today it is time for the Margarete Miller weekly collage assignment, number 50. All right, let's get started. We're just going to flip through. CW Planner number 50. Something that drips. Something that represents a person, a door, a musical instrument, paint or ink, and the bonus is a date. I have an idea about that. All right, even with the things I've got, I can make that work. All right, let's have a look, see what I've got. Oh goodness, I was paused for quite some time, but quite possibly was mostly me rambling and making decisions. So what I've decided on, let's have a look. So we've got something that drips, a teapot, although that one's got flowers in it. I might look for a different teapot that matches this. Something represents a person. Well, we have this, which we've got people here. We've also got this cameo brooch. I love these cameo brooches. Yeah, because that one might get used twice. Then we have a door. So we have this is where they're going for tea after they've been to watch the violin show concert. So we won't use opera. We're going to say they've gone to watch violin concert, and that's the instrument. And then the paint or ink, I'm not too sure, we'll probably just stamp something. Okay, not too sure how that's going to work, but if we say that this is what we're having somehow, I don't know how yet. Anyway, I've picked this one up because it's got a little heart, which I originally thought no, but I'm thinking that, you know, if they're on a date, then a little heart, Valentine's type one might be nice. There's a little teapot there. It's just got hearts on it too. That's really cute. I could put the teapot on the little pretend tag instead. And I don't really need the recipe for tea. We all know how to make tea. And then this has got 2 cups of tea. And then this one's the same as that one. They use the same images in this book a few times. So there's a smaller version of that. Well, that could be a little tray of tea that was delivered to their table. Anyway, that's all tea. So that's something that drips, a person, a door, musical instrument, that's something that drips. And so if you don't need that, you can have that. That's something that drips. And bonus is a date. Now, I don't know, this is decoupage paper, and it's got a bit crinkled. I might get a new piece. Okay, so I've got this one, which is the same as that one. So what I might do is cut out the opera items off so that it doesn't, because I want it to be a violin concert. The trouble is it's got those masks that you wear to a ball, but it could be a violin concert ball. I don't really want this tassel. But it gets rid of some of the orange. Although I do like the cameo. And that might be our extra piece that represents a person. See, you could have a person, something that represents a person. I'm thinking that, so to me, that brooch represents a person, because it's not an actual photograph or drawing of anyone specific. It's just representing a person. It's a bit semantics, I know. Just like that. So I've cut out the tag and inked it, and I've got this little thing here, little teapot. Do I want the teapot on the tag? Do I want a little cameo? And I would put something behind it. Is that 2 people? Is it a man and a woman, or just a woman? I'm going to say that's a man and a woman. It's so hard to tell, but that's going to be a cameo. I don't know, maybe the cameo will go on there. And then it's just, maybe do I like this teapot better? I might do. I'm going to cut this teapot out, And I'm going to do something with cutting this out. I'll cut out obviously the cars, try and get it to look old by taking away everything that's not old. So let's do that first. So I'm going to roughly cut it to start with. So I'm going to get rid of all that. That little sign's okay, it looks old. I'm going to cut, I think, straight across. Oh no, maybe across there for now. And then all these signs. I mean, I might just want this part, but I'm going to just cut it down. Going to cut it down to here for now. Let's get rid of those trees. Across there. And then probably make more sense to go down there. Let's ink this up and see if I can make it look a bit older. The window's not looking very old, is it? Time travelling couple. I don't think we've ever seen time travelling in our prompts. I could use that telephone box. Oh no, it's a police box, isn't it? For Doctor Who. Okay. So that's kind of like going to be a big part of the background. I still want to be able to see the door. It's got some sort of weird raincoat or something in the window. Anyway, I'm not sure about that. We can keep the building and just get rid of the bits of photograph that we don't like. Something like that. And then once I've decided on the pieces, then I'm going to decide on the background. It's kind of like opposite today. So I really need to know what the colours are and how we're doing this. That's going to go across the edge because I like the way that goes around. We can just, you know, get rid of the people from behind without losing anything of the lady. So that works quite well. That sort of don't like the bottom of this. I'm actually going to cut it off at the door. This looks a bit tarmac. That's actually tarmac, so thinking there would have been cobblestones in their day. Just wish there was something else. I wonder if I could put something else in the window. Like cut the window out. Some of the background, I'm thinking music paper. That flower that was left over too. Teapot on a tag is a bit oddish, although is it a bit like the, as opposed to being a tag, it's a teapot, yeah, a tea bag dangler. Is that what it's meant to be? Probably. Taking too long again, but so you won't get this because it's late at night now. Again, we could just do cambric tea instead of recipe, and then because we know how to make tea, we'll fill the whole page too. Let's put some of this behind. We can get rid of the white. I think I'm not going to use all of that, but I just want to get an idea about the colour scheme now and see what other colours we might need in the background. So I've cut out this teapot, and I'm thinking, I thought it was too big, too many big elements, but I think that'll actually be better than the little teapot. So I'm going to try inking it. I don't know if I need to cut it out more, but at the moment it kind of frames that doorway, so that might be quite good. Might work. So this is something that drips. Means we don't need the little teapot. Put that up there. And I found this piece. Like I had this piece before, but it wasn't quite big enough. But this was floating around, which is from the same paper. And I'm going to try gluing that down. But I'm actually going to put something behind, because when I glue this down, it may be a little bit transparent. It's very thin. Just a bit worried that the writing will show through. Yeah, it looks like it might. If I should have inked that first. Goodness me. It's still very sticky. It's not quite perfect, but it will do. Maybe I don't want to cover the heart, so maybe it will go that way. I've turned it into a tag, but it's kind of also a, you know, the end of a tea bag. I don't quite know where it's going, but I've made that. I might put a little bit of thin ribbon on it in a moment. I thought this cameo might, I don't know, sometimes they have kind of like carvings on top of buildings. I might fussy cut the orange off, and then it'll be like a carving that is on top of the building, or her and him. Not too sure if it's twins or, anyway, doesn't matter. I may want to cut off that dark at the top, so I'm going to bring it down. It's going there. I'm going to cut that dark off, I think. I'm going to have to go around her a bit. I'm going to go to the edge of the building like that, and I quite like the fact that it frames that archway. And the tea bag, I'd like to keep the teapot because that's where the bit that drips. So that might just hang from there. People are running out of room. Okay, so the edge of the middle of the book's there. I don't normally like a big item in the centre like that. Well, we don't have to have this. Let's just check the pieces. Something that drips with a giant teapot. Represents a person, we have the cameo. A door, we have a door, which we can now still see the reflection, which I don't want to. Musical instrument, we're possibly not doing paint or ink. See, and bonus is a date. They're on a date. So yeah, I've revisited this violin. I think the colour matches better. It's not so big and dominating. I think this one's just too big, and I think that this this colour and the ornateness matches this scene better. Quite liked this where it says tea time. This tells you it was early this century, apparently, when delivered his tea in little silk packets, and the rest is history. So early 1900s was when tea bags were invented. Okay, I think I quite like this one. I'm going to fussy cut that one out, which means that we lose this pretty one. But I think it's in the book somewhere else. Most of the images are in there multiple times. Okay, I think I'm pretty much almost ready, so I'm going to just put down some tea-dyed paper in the background. Maybe we'll do it this way so that okay, so that's my tea-dyed paper. Tear some music paper. And maybe move that one away. I quite like this top part. I may still use that. Leave it here. Alright, so we're having the violin on the music. Notice there's a security alarm in here. I'm going to need to just cover that up. I don't like that sort of modern item. Okay, and then these people are going here. It's going to go there. So I wanted to sort of have it so that the door, some of the door was visible. Maybe we don't have it on the edge, so maybe we'll use this one. Have it like that. So maybe that will cover up the security alarm system. And I like this teapot. I've decided. Sort of trying to make it look like it's their tea tray. tea tray that they're going to have, and they have tea after they've finished their concert. Okay, what else? Strips represents a person, door, musical instrument, a date. That's kind of part of the date to show. Would have liked to cover up that. I wonder if I should fussy cut her out so that him out, so I don't have to have that as opera masks. That way then he can cover up part of that door, but you can still see the door handle. We'll probably take the edge of that door off so that the violin covers it up. And this will maybe go up here. It'll sort of balance it a little bit and cover up the security system. We don't really want the security system in with that on the date. All right. It's amazing how 1 minute I can't do it, next minute I make one change, like the teapot wasn't working, but the tea tray worked way better. This one was too big, but I had to hunt for ages to find the smaller version of that, but I did eventually find it. And then it's just a case of, do we want some extra music down here? I'm thinking, why not? Paint or ink? Actually, we've got ink because we've inked around things. It doesn't say you have to stamp. Oh, well, that's okay. We've got ink. We've got ink on the edges. Oh, cool. In this space here. Oh, no, I want time for tea. I want a sign that says time for tea. Time for tea. Oh, we've got this we've got to put this somewhere too. Well, let's put it on the back of the tag. Yes. Let's cut that out. Let's cover it. All right, we're making a little tag. We're going to have to put some string on there, I think, because it is a tea bag topper, and tie it so it swings. Okay, I'll be back. Remember I got this, is it quilling? I want to say twilling. Quilling paper. And I thought this would be very handy for this situation where you don't want thick ribbon. So we're just going to get a piece of that. It's actually just a thin piece of paper, but it's already cut nice and thin, straight, and every colour you can imagine. Find that very useful for collaging. So how will I attach this? I think I will just punch a little hole. We're probably going to lose that other heart. Tiny, yep. This one's got a tiny hole punch. No, I don't know if that even that would be big enough. Where's my string gone? Oh, here. Okay. No, that's probably not going to be quite big enough, and I think that one's too big. It's giant. We want the one in between those two. Where's my giant? What's the name? Do you know, I couldn't wait to get, what's it called? I don't know. I use it so little, I don't even know where it is. Hang on. Right, this thing, crocodile. Yep. 1/8. Let's see what that is. Yeah, middle-sized. Cool. All right, let's do that. Goes here. Right. Perfect. Cool. I've used it so little I couldn't even find it. And now we can just put that through. I found that my original pin for the glue that doesn't go mouldy, doesn't go black or red. And I cleaned up my desk. I'm so happy. Well, I think it is. Okay. It's just a simple tie which keeps everything flat, especially as it's in the middle. All right, so now we're putting this on the back. Are we going to be annoyed and get rid of the earnestly, or just put it on as it is? Which is going to annoy me. Okay, so we just want some very, very, very thin paper. It's pretty thin. It's fine. So this is big enough. Stick it on, cut it off. Next time I suggest printing all these out on yellowish paper or tea-dyed paper, and then you don't have to keep, I don't have to keep making them look old. If they're printed on tea-dyed, you can either ink them up or not, and at least they won't be white. Seeing as you very rarely want white. Fussing, fussing, fussing. That's something you can't even see. And you turn the page over, it's fine. And also maybe print these on the thinner paper so you don't have to find something. It's not so thick when you're trying to glue it somewhere. Things I've got to remember to do next time. Okay, so we've made our little tag, finished up the little trim, and we've got our instructions on the back, our prompts, and that's going there. So now we can, when we glue it down, we'll actually attach this, and that way then we can sort of twist it over, or attach it quite high, I think, so that we can see. So that'll be like that. Yeah, I think we'll start gluing down, so let's just put that like that, like that, and these will get glued here. Oh, I quite fancied some of this and I forgot. Let's just tear some of this out and see if we want to put this behind the building. So we definitely don't want any cushions showing, or we don't even want any of that showing. Let's tear this off. This has taken a fair amount longer than I expected, so therefore you won't get it tonight. I'll have to edit the video in the morning, so it'll probably be lunchtime Monday, I'm thinking. So we'll decide where that goes in a minute and whether we want any more of it. I think I quite like this bottom part. The bottom part made it look a little bit like there was a table leg that they were sitting at. And then we'll decide if we tear off the bottom, whether we leave it straight. I wonder whether we should just take the building off here. What's it called? Something Botanicals. Oh, we'll decide that in a minute, but I think that might go somewhere like that, just with that bit of music, and that might come down a bit though. Alright, so we're going to take the bottom of that off, just so that you don't have to put it on an edge, it can go anywhere. So it will all be torn for a change. So that's going to go down there, and that's going to go a jaunty angle across there to see more of her dress. Take that off here. I think what I'm going to have to do is glue the pieces that I need to the door, because I've got to have that covered up, and I've got to have that covered up. So let's do this bit first. A strange thing in the window. So we're just going to, I wanted to keep the door handle. Okay, glue the string to the door. Might be a bit awkward to read, but we only need to read it once, and then we don't have to look at it again most of the time. All right, and so now we need that to go straight up and down. I like it to meet that point there, and the violin's gone. Ooh, how can the violin disappear? There it is. So whether we glue the violin on next, we can adjust that where we like. So let's, but I want the violin to meet that edge and cover up certain people like that. I liked seeing the top hat. Okay, so now we can add this to the bottom. Oh, we can add this to the top. Oh, no, because we can move this up and down where we need it to be. Oh, this goes over the top, that's right. Maybe that goes under there. Oh, what we'll do is we will take a bit more off this, take the green off. Okay, it's going to go like that. It's a bit different to how I had it, but I think that'll be okay. What looks better, having it across here or across here? Across there, I think, which is how I had it originally. And then this goes along here. Okay, so let's glue that down. We're just gluing the top little bits for the moment, making it into a piece. And then we're going to hope that, oh, I don't know if I got that, I don't know if I got that in the right place. I think that's fine. I quite like that. And so this bit here was not quite right. So we're going to take the edge of that off. Yeah. Okay, so that's going there. Okay. Now we put this where we want it, which is just like that. It fits in, and that's going to go there. So we're going to put glue on the top of this building, so that fits. It's got to fit there. It's got to fit there, and that can go up. I've got glue on the tag here, but I don't want glue on the tag. All right, we have our piece. Oh, it's come apart. We can do that after. All right, let's make sure we can fit it in. Make sure our doors are nice and straight. That makes a very nice background, doesn't it? It's a bit shiny. Okay, but I just, yeah, there's something about this corner bothers me. One sec. Oh, okay, didn't have the camera on. That's okay. I've just been tearing out this piece here. I stuck some washi tape on, which you might not have seen. And I mean, I'm hoping I had the camera on when I was doing all the rest. If not, sorry. Okay, so it's just a case of whether I like that as a background or whether I'd prefer something like this. I've got some labels in here. These are kind of my go-to labels. I don't think it's big enough. Nope. I think that's the biggest one. I mean, I could use that and cover up the words. Again, not big enough. So I don't know if I've got any labels that big. Let's make it a bit smaller. I don't know why. Sometimes I don't think of these things. Probably got some, I want one with a flower on it like this. Because I wanted to bring in the flower from up there. There's a reason, you know, like just to balance the flowers. But it's a bit too pink. Okay, so we need a reddish one. Don't know that I've got a reddish one. Well, I'll put that one. Count. You can change it to. Oh, it's just a bit too small. All right, let me check my labels. I've got some digitals. Okay, I found this one. I think we can make that one work. Which is My Porch Prints. Yeah, they're quite nice, those ones. And I will ink it in red, I think. So then we've done ink. Even more. Perfect. So let's just cut that off to there. Afternoon tea. Now it's too big. So we might... what shape shall we give it? We'll cut the ends off here for a start. I didn't do it perfectly, but that'll do. And we'll put that there. Just a tinge. Just a tinge. Probably hardly show, but you can always cover up that one flower there. Just have it to there. Yeah. Bit of a strange looking label, but that's okay. Bit of a hodgepodge of My Porch Prints, Tracy Fox, and a book. That's all right. Okay, I think we're done. I quite like it. Yes. That wasn't too bad in the end. It was a bit difficult at one stage. I just hold it up closer. Okay, so the first item you had to find was something that drips. So I've got my cup of tea, my teapot. When you pour a cup of tea, it often drips, or there might not be anything left in the teapot, and so it'll just drip. Either way, teapots drip. Something that represents a person. I mean, I know we've got people, however, I was thinking that something that represents a person is something that's not really, you know, it's created that represents. So it's not actually a photograph or drawing or of someone. It's just representing people. That's my thoughts on that. Being very pedantic, I know. But we could also have all the people. Either way. A door. So now we have this door, which can't see what that reflection is. We're hiding the security alarm, the fire alarm, the smoke alarm. I think there's every alarm you can imagine there. So we're hiding that. Okay, we've got lighting up here. We'll assume they've got electric lighting. I hadn't noticed that. Doesn't matter. That's okay. All right, I just didn't like the security alarm because that's really not from the 1920s. We'll assume they had lighting. And we're assuming it's 1920s. And next is a musical instrument. We've got this beautiful violin, which I think is way better than the other one we had. Even though I thought it fit the story better, it doesn't fit the page. It just completely takes over. It's far too austere, not at all pretty. So I think the pretty violin worked much better and blends into the page way better. So cool, I'm happy with that. It's a bit on the shiny side. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, so the violin sort of blends in a lot better with the prettiness of the page. And paint or ink, well, we've just inked around everything, including the new label. So I think every piece has been inked, except the washi tape. So we've definitely got ink in that sense. Not a lot of ink, but just, you know, we've inked everything. And I don't always ink everything on all my other pages, so therefore, you know, it's nice and different to have ink. And the bonus is a date. So our couple are on a date. And I love that. I had this idea before when I saw a date, and I thought, oh, you could take that either way. So I thought I would just do something a bit different for fun. So there's no date on here, I don't think. Nope. It is afternoon tea date. That was the bonus. And so therefore this is also looks like a tag, but it's actually the top of a tea bag, a giant top of a tea bag. And it's got the heart to denote the date. So it's a bit like Valentine's, but not. And roses, flowers, assuming he gave her, he's got a nice flower in his jacket. He would probably have given her a bunch of flowers on this date. There, I think we're done. I actually really like it, more than I thought I would. Of course, we just got these decorative elements here too, more flowers. The floor, it just makes it a romantic date. How's that? I like it. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to subscribe, like, and comment below, and I will enter you for the lace giveaway that I'm yet to organise, but there will be consolation prizes of packets of lace, and I'll also be doing a much larger packet or package of items to go with the lace that will be for my 500 subscribers. So it's worthwhile commenting, because every time you comment on a video, you will get one entry per video into the consolation prizes. And then when I do the giveaway video, you'll be able to enter on that. So I should be able to do that next week, once I feel like I've caught up on all these videos, because I am still behind. This one should be loading up onto YouTube now, or be loaded, and you should be able to look at it. But yeah, it's going to be, I'm going to have to go to bed and leave it till the morning, so I won't be able to stay up all night doing it. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.